Hey there, and welcome to the A.D.K Rock and Metal Network. I'm Dave Dulles, and joining me today is Andy Edwards from Nomadic Rain and Kirk Adam from Screen Blast Repeat. How you doing, guys?
Very well, very well.
Hello. Today, we're doing video choices, which is where different hosts pick different videos. Today's Kirk's pick. You've picked us to check out Emperor and Curse You All Men. Is that right?
That's the song, yeah.
It's from a live performance, so sound could be an issue on this one, but you picked it, so give us a quick reason why you picked it.
Yeah, probably the first time I'd ever heard extreme metal when I was at sixth form college and someone had this on cassette. The album's called Nine Equilibrium, and I'd never heard blast beats. I didn't even know that you could play guitar this fast, with alternate picking. So I actually heard Emperor before Slayer. It's normally the other way around, on Napalm Death. I know you're wearing the t-shirt. And I just couldn't believe that there was a band played music like this in the year 2000 in London and had an audience of people wearing spikes on their arms and bullet belts and corpse paint. I didn't know anything about black metal because the only way you could learn about it was through Terrorizer magazine or dodgy websites. So I went down the Terrorizer magazine route. But my point is, I heard Emperor without knowing what it was at the time, and I just knew that it was fucking amazing and couldn't really articulate why.
Okay, well, we'll check it out and then see where we go with this one. Okie dokie, Emperor and Curse You All Men live. Okay, Andy.
Yeah, I like a bit of Emperor. Back in the day, early 90s, when they were burning churches with mayhem guys and all that kind of business. They were featured in all the magazines, mainly Kerrang, which is what I was reading at the time. And I've got a few albums got in the Night Side Eclipse. Now, if you'd have played a track from that, I think Dave would have fallen off his chair laughing, purely because of the vocals. What I've noticed from hearing that, and also from the album I have got, which predecessor to this, is Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk. Ilsan, is that how you call it? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Isan, yeah.
Isan, yeah. They've all got these cool names, Dave. That's what draws you into the bands like this as well. When you're an impressionable youngster, yeah. My name's Thomas. What can I call myself? Oh, and I'll just spell it backwards. Yeah. Anyway, it's those linked with all that sort of Norwegian church burning stuff and all that, and what's his name?
Faust.
Your Honour's Black Circle and all that. So they were linked with that kind of thing in the early days. In the Night Side Eclipse is a good album, but the vocals, you need to be in a certain frame of mind to even think they're acceptable, because they're so high pitched. This time round, or this period of the band, he's been drawn to, which a lot of black metal bands do, is that Quorthon style. Loads of bands imitate that style, whether intentionally or not, but they sound very much like Bathory. But the musicianship is absolutely off the scale in standard. The drumming at the beginning was very, very impressive. As a live version of the song, it sounded a bit messy and a bit chaotic, and probably not the sort of thing that you're going to try and introduce somebody to the band with. But you've chosen it, Kirk, maybe because it's one of your favourite songs. There's not an official video. I'm not sure, but it's definitely, like other bands we mentioned this evening and in this session, it's going to get me to dig the CD off the shelf and give it a proper spin, because I have got Anthems. I don't think I've got this one. I'm pretty sure I haven't, but it's music that deserves more listening and more interpretation and more appreciation, because they are incredible songwriters, incredible musicianships. I mean, Ilsan was like playing lead parts and singing vocals at the same time, and that is so impressive as well. But yeah, it's given me enough to check out my own Emperor collection further, and maybe check out their more recent material.
Okay. I suppose I should go before Kirk, so Kirk can wrap this video up. So, it's an Irish jig with blast beats. It fucking is. Take the drums out for a minute and listen to the first riff.
Is this why you're doing this?
That's what they're fucking doing. And that's, I'm like, it's a fucking jig. And then we're doing it.
That's the capture for the thumbnail.
It's an Irish jig with blast beats.
Emperor, Irish jig with blast beats. ADK.
Apart from when it went into the solo, I was like, okay, well, this part isn't. But what that does tell me is that musically, there's a lot of melody written. There's a huge amount of melody in this song, and even when you get to the next section or after the solo, it doesn't quite go to like a jig, but it does have, like, at this point it becomes symphonic metal. If you took the blast beats out, the chord progressions are symphonic. You could even do a doom drum beat over the back of it and it would be fine. I find the blast beats a complete distraction to this. It's just overkill to me. Shut the fuck up! Just give the fucking songs room to breathe, for fuck's sake. I don't know how important blast beats are in black metal, but I know the vocal delivery has to be there. He's not going to sing clean in it, but I actually didn't mind the vocal delivery on this. It actually reminded me at points of Dan Paul from Muskill in some of the vocal deliveries from the local scene. So I didn't mind it at all, apart from the drumming. Not to say that he's not a good drummer, he's a phenomenal drummer, but I think when you just basically blast beat the fuck out of the whole song, you're losing any sort of elements of the musicality, because there was some really nice stuff going on, but they were so busy going on there, they're getting drowned out by the fucking drums. And again, this would be where I'd use that word, like I said on Morbid Angel. I'm disappointed in the sense that there is stuff in this that I could really get behind. But if they just go fucking just do blast beats all the time and like that, I just don't see the point in it. It's not because I can't play them. I'm not jealous. I'm not. But there is an element of that as well. But yeah, I don't know. I actually really enjoyed what they were doing from a guitar point of view and bass, and I even enjoyed the vocal delivery. Even though it's not my thing, I did enjoy what they do. The drums just became too much for me. I was like, for fuck's sake, just finish this song, because these drums are just doing my head in right now. Kirk, over to you.
Before you do, Kirk, how many strings is the bass player? About 8 to me.
I didn't really notice. I mean, you can't hear the bass in the mix, can you?
He could have been playing. I could have played that.
He might not even have been plugged in. You wouldn't have heard him anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Okay. I think you've both raised some excellent points. First of all, this is the band that probably have the highest grasp of melody in the history of extreme metal. And I know, Dave, you said it's an Irish jig. Take a step back. That's Mozart. That's Beethoven that he's aiming for. You know that opening riff? You're not supposed to by saying that. And now when I listen to it, it's even better, because look what they've achieved with this song. That is evil. That song is malevolent. Yet, that classical melodic structure that he's somehow managed to put into it with blast beats, there's some real good thrash moments in there as well. And even the opening riff, as you pointed out, melody everywhere in that, sliding octaves. Yet Samoth is just like thrashing away at his bottom strings as if he's in napalm death. And that contrast, I don't think anyone has really done it in black metal before them or after. And this is why I get frustrated with black metal now, because someone will show me an album and I'm always judging it by Emperor, and nothing comes anywhere close to it in this genre. But there's so few artists that can do this. Andy, you said the musicianship is off the charts. Why I chose the live version is because in 2000, when my friend showed me this and he had it on video, bear in mind it was difficult to get a good live sound in 2000 because technology's moved on so much. You know, we put on shows at Bedford Esquire's Cambridge 6 Bar, and they almost sound like they're on record because the equipment and the technology's there now. So to be playing music like this with that clarity on the drums, obviously some of it was triggered. The guitar tone, I thought that was superb. You're right. Yeah, it was slightly muffled. I can't remember which venue it is in London that they're playing, but what I love about this, it's just so dramatic. So use your word symphonic, Dave. Definitely. There's even a lot of synthesizers in there in the background. They were one of the first to make that a big part of the evil enveloping soundscape of black metal. And you don't really know where it's going to go, but you're always going to be pulled back in with this advanced grasp of classical melody, and it's just so difficult to do, and no one gets anywhere near it in this genre. And I'll just repeat to wrap up, I didn't even know music like this could exist when I heard it in 2000. I'd never heard blast beats. I didn't know that. I mean, look at some of the fretwork he was doing. They were like 8-9 chord stretches that he was playing with his little finger, jazz scales, and you're thinking, what the hell is going on here? So yeah, a bit like we talked about a song by Nine Inch Nails, which is complete opposite to this, but still dragged you in different directions because of what each musician was doing. This is certainly an element of that. And Dave, as you point out, yeah, the drummer's just blasting the fuck out of it. It's like he's stopped listening to it. It's just like, nope, you're just getting blast beats.
He's just doing drum warm-up. He was doing drum warm-up exercises the whole way through. Somebody just looked up and went, oh fuck, well, you started playing already. Shit, all right, sorry mate.
I'll carry on.
There we go. That was Emperor and Curse You All Men. If you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share and subscribe. We'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.